Hello, friends. Hello. We are going to get into it today for our Flex and Feel Good June edition. So, this is a 30-minute full body class. We are going to be going into our neck, shoulders, all the way into our ankles and toes. So, when it comes to props and your space, we are going to be doing standing and grounded movements. So, please be mindful that we are going to be standing and grounded, so have your mat out. Have any props you like to have nearby. There's nothing that are like necessary, but I am going to keep my blocks around. If you want something for balance, like a wall or chair, maybe even a yoga strap if you want. Make sure you're hydrated and make sure you're listening to your body and going with what feels good for you. So we are going to get into it. Just a quick note as an addition. It's YouTube here, so with copyright, we're just not going to have music playing. So feel free to have your own tunes. But let's get into it. Feet a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to take our arms overhead. And I want you to take a nice deep inhale and pull it down. And we can go again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, roll it down and back. And we go again for another 3, 2. Last one. We, of course, switch directions, pulling it up and forward. Good. 3, 2, 1. Just bring it down here. We're going to grab onto our hands behind our back. Roll your shoulders up and down. I want you to start straightening out your elbows as much as you can. Let your chest puff forward. Try and pull your arms away from your tailbone here. Maybe you start bringing your hands down. As you do this, I want you to think of your tailbone curling in and pushing forward, only going as far as it feels good. Really think of your chest opening here. And of course, you can slowly come out. Keep holding your hands away from your bum for a moment. Just getting that nice stretch in the front of the chest. And gently release it. Bring your arms out into that goalpost shape. We're going to go into a goalpost openers, my favorite. So elbows in line with shoulders. You're going to squeeze it back. Think if again your chest can open here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Close it off. Maybe your elbows touch here. Again, open up. And close it off. We're going to do 2 more. Opening it up. Close it off. Last one. This time I want you to interlace your fingers, push your palms out and up. We're going to drop one hand down to our hip, turn it into a nice little side bend. I'm going to actually pull my hip towards the direction my arm is reaching so I can get a little bit of a deeper stretch through the side body. Make sure my arms not forward, in line with the ear. All right. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale up. Bring the arm down, switch sides, okay? Take your time going over again. Hips pulling in the same direction as that top arm. This is a nice little crunchy side crunch action here. Lengthening on the other side. Reach, reach, reach. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Hip up. Good. All right, let's do a little hip circle or 2 here. Nice soft bend in the knees. Our hips push forward. I want you to squeeze your glutes here. You can release the push to the side. Push it back. Other side. Forward. I want you to smooth it out. Trying to think of our spine in sections. So we're just looking at our lumbar, lower spine, and our pelvis. Not too much the thoracic or cervical spine, that kind of upper body area. Good. When you're ready, hips forward, switch directions. And if you want to focus on kind of making that box, forward, side, back, side versus smoothing it out, that's totally fine. You can do that too, whatever feels good for your body. All right. Let's slowly find center, widen our stance a bit. I'm going to have to adjust my camera because we're going into a wide-legged forward fold here. And you know what, before we go into that forward fold, let's do a little squat. So we're going to go into a wide-legged squat, or in yoga, goddess squat. Toes are pointing out to the corners here. I'm going to let my hips sink straight down. I'm thinking of my knees pushing behind me. So to do that, I'm really squeezing my butt. And I can let my hands rest on my thighs. Now I'm going to adjust my camera, so you have to hold the squat until I get back into it, okay? All right, that may be a little bit low. We're going to work with it. I'm just going to squat a little bit deeper here. All right, so we're holding the squat. You're swearing at me. That's fine. I can't hear you anyways. You're going to drop one shoulder down to your midline. As you do this, you're going to push into the leg to push it open a little bit more. Look over the back shoulder, letting that shoulder that is in your midline really pull downwards. Take a nice deep breath here. And you know what? We're going to do one more breath. Exhale, pull your shoulder up. Don't come out of your squat yet, unless you have to, then that's fine. But we are going to switch sides, dropping the other shoulder down. Again, pushing into that thigh to push it open a little bit more. And look over that top shoulder. We're breathing deeply. Keep squeezing those glutes. Our legs are doing a lot of work here, I know. All right, come to center, walk your hands down to the ground. Toes can shimmy forward. You're pulling your hips up to the sky. From here, you can keep a soft bend in your knees. Really pull your tailbone up to the sky. Maybe walk your hands in a little bit if that's okay. Give your neck a little shake. It always feels nice down here. And we're going to think of our inner thighs squeezing together. We're pushing our weight forward towards the front of our feet. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale, lift our chest, half a degree. Exhale, release your elbows. Yes. Keep pulling your tailbone up. If you want, you can straighten your knees, but you do not have to. So getting that nice stretch through the back of our thighs. Yes. All right. We are going to move a little bit here. So I'm going to walk both my hands to my right leg. I don't have to walk them to my foot or ankle. I can be higher up if I would prefer. You can also use blocks here or even a chair to lift the ground up to me a bit. But I just want to reach and hold here for a moment. And we're going to walk back to center. And we're going to go to the other side. This is reaching towards that specific leg. Oh. Wherever my hair is going, keep breathing. Remember, you can use props at any time. Okay, make them work for you. We're going to walk back to center. I want you to bend your knees as if you're about to sit into a squat. Not really, though. And straighten your legs out. Again, only as much as it feels comfortable. Pull your tailbone up. Take one nice deep breath. Lift your chest just a bit. Exhale, let your elbows release again. Good. All right, I am going to heel toe my feet together and slowly roll it on up, vertebra by vertebra. And I'm going to have to fix my camera again, but that's okay. We're going to go into a nice little high lunge here. So coming to the top of my mat, I can have something to hold on to for balance if I'd like. I'm going to take a nice step back. Now, how wide that is, completely up to you. I am going to curl my tailbone in. Really think of squeezing my glutes, my inner thighs as if they could come together. Nice bend in the front knee. My hands can just be to my hips right now if I'm not holding on to something. So we want to make sure we're not on a tightrope, but on train tracks, yeah? So if you feel like you're very off balanced, adjust your feet so you're not on a tightrope. All right. Same hand as the back leg is going to come up on an inhale. Exhale, go into a very small side bend. Good. Slowly bring that arm back down. Drop the back heel. If this is a lot, bring your foot in a bit. So have that back heel drop. Keep bending into the front knee. If you're holding on to something, this is a great time to actually push into said things so you can go deeper into the front knee. But if you're not, that's fine. Just keep pulling that front knee, driving it forward. Take a breath for another 3, 2, 1. Slowly step on out of it. We're going to switch sides. So bringing the other foot back, finding your balance. Okay, train tracks, not tightrope. Curl the tailbone in. Think of the inner thighs squeezing as if they could snap together. Glutes engaged. We bend that front knee, hands to our hips or to whatever is around us if we want that balance. All right, take a nice deep breath here. Same arm as the back leg comes up. Exhale into a micro side bend, super small side bend here, okay? Good. Bring the arm up and down. Drop the back heel. Remember, you can step it in a little bit if you like. Keep that bend in the front knee, driving that knee forward. If you have something in front of you to push into, you can bend that front knee a little bit more, keeping that heel grounded to get a little bit deeper into that gastrocnemius muscle, that big muscle in our calves. All right, hold for another 3, 2, 1. Slowly step out of it, give your legs a little shake. We are going to keep with the legs though, but also the shoulders. We're going to do a downward facing dog to come down to the ground. So I'm going to have to adjust my camera again. I'm going to use blocks because I got sweaty hands and these blocks do not slide on me. So I'm going to use those. You do not have to, or you can also use a chair if you don't want to go all the way down into that inverted V shape. So let me adjust this camera, and hello to everyone who is joining us right now. Roll out your mat and do some stretches with us. So downward facing dog, just to go over it. If you already know what's happening, you already know the mechanics, feel free to go into it right now. But if not, feet about hip width can be a little bit wider. Nice soft bend in the knees. Roll it down, think of forward fold. Make sure your fingers are nice and wide. Start walking your hands forward. Once your hands are in front of your shoulders, you're going to not just press through the wrist, but through the knuckles and finger pads as well. Think of grasping the ground. Now, we're in this kind of inverted V. Let's adjust a little more. So, tailbone, pulling up and back. Our head is dropping down to look at our toes or our knees. Our shoulders are rolling, or not rolling, sorry. They are wrapping around our rib cage and away from our ears. We can keep a soft bend in our knees if we like, and the heels are slightly lifted. All right, so of course, if you do have to come out of this before I say that is fine, gently lower yourself down. But if you're good, drop one heel, bend the opposite knee, take a breath, and switch. Good, and switch. Follow your breath as you switch back and forth, walking out those dogs, your feet. Good. All right, from here, I want you to lift both heels up as high as you can. Lift your tailbone up. Ooh, drop both heels down. Try and lift your toes. Okay, it's going to be super small. You will feel it. Breathe. One more time. We lift the heels super, super high. Slowly bring the heels down. Lift the toes. Good. Slowly release your toes. Float your knees down to the ground. All right, amazing job. Take a quick breather as I move my blocks to the side and adjust whatever the heck my hair is doing. We are gonna do a little thread the needle here. So, quick note on thread the needle. Feel free to use blocks or a pillow if you don't feel comfortable bringing your shoulder all the way down to the ground. Remember, you can always roll up your mat for your wrists or your knees at any point. So we're in our tabletop position. I'm going to swing my left arm up to the sky. I'm thinking of my shoulders stacking, my hand reaching high. I'm looking up at my hand, waving to myself, hello. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bring it down. Palm up, thread it through the right side of the body. Again, your shoulder may or may not reach the ground. If it does, cool, awesome, great job. And if it doesn't, cool, awesome, great job. We're focusing on the arm pulling away from us to get that twist wherever we are. If your shoulder is on the ground, keep in mind of your tailbone. Mine likes to shimmy to the side, so I gotta correct it just a bit, keeping it in line with the rest of my spine. We're gonna breathe and hold for another 5, 4, yeah, I'm counting slow. 3, 2, 1. We push into the hand in front of us. Go for the counter stretch where we just reach back up to the sky, maybe a little bit further this time, and bring it down. Cool. Let's do the other side, shall we? When you're ready, take your time. Bring the right arm up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Shoulders stacking, chest is opening. Give yourself a little wave. And slowly bring it down. Thread it through. Again, remember, you don't have to have your shoulder come all the way down to the ground if that doesn't feel great for you right now. You can let it hover, keep pulling the arm away from you. Otherwise, you bring it all the way down. You let your head rest. Adjust your tailbone. Keep pushing into the ground with the hand in front of you. We breathe and hold for a nice slow 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly push into that hand in front of you. Lift on up. Go for the counter stretch. Oh, bring it down. Wonderful. Staying in this tabletop position, we're going to do just a couple cat-cows for our spine. So, tailbone reaches up. Belly comes down, reaching towards the ground. Chest slowly reaches forward, shoulders reach back, gaze forward or up, whatever feels better for your neck. On the exhale, slowly curl the tailbone in, round through the spine nice and slow. Think of your chest hollowing out, your shoulders reaching away from each other, pushing into the ground, chin to chest. Good, I want you to follow your own breath here as we move back and forth. I do want you to take your time with the spinal movement. Seeing how your body is feeling as we move back and forth. Keep it up. We're going to do one more for each here, wherever you're at. And once you feel complete with your cat-cows, you can neutralize your spine, walk your legs out, walk your hands forward, come on to your belly. Now, we're going to do some leg extensions in this prone position. Quick note, you can open your elbows out, rest your forehead down. I'm going to stay in the Sphinx pose because I am talking, all right? So you do not have to be upright like I am right now. You can let your head rest so your neck is completely neutral. Now, I do want you to curl your tailbone in towards your belly button, so you're pushing your hips really deep into your ground, your surface of choice. And we're going to think of our legs super straight, like lightning is running through them. And we're going to engage all of those leg muscles, and we are going to slowly lift them up. And we're going to very slowly lower them down. Now, I do not want you to use your spine too much. We're focusing on the hip movement as we slowly go up and down. Well, Vera, how do I know if I'm using my spine or not? Are you going super high and do you feel tension in your low back? If you are, then that's your low back being used. We will feel a little bit of tension in our low back, but we shouldn't feel a lot. If you're like me in the Sphinx pose, you will feel more than if you are completely grounded with a more neutral spine. But I do want you to slowly lift up and slowly lower down. And you don't have to be lifting super high, okay? Because we're not really using our spine for this leg extension, our legs are not going to be moving a crazy amount here, but we will start feeling some movement and tension and some muscle building in more of our hamstrings than our quads, but we may feel a bit in our quads too. It's also depending where we're the most tight in our body right now. But if you've been doing them slow with me, you're already feeling them. So I only want us to do 4 more, okay? That's 3, 2, 1. Good. I always love to add a little bit of strength training in. Let your hips shimmy side to side. So we did our thread the needle, which focuses on our back and our shoulders. Let's focus on our shoulders and our chest now with a prone pec stretch. Now, I'm going to do the side away towards my wall just because when I do the other side, my arm's going to get cut off. So I am going to lower my chest fully down. I'm going to have one arm straight down to the ground in line with my shoulder, okay? So to the ground there, lowering my chest down. I'm looking the opposite direction. In this case, it's my right hand, planting it underneath my armpit, yeah? I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to very slowly travel across my body, rolling onto my side. Now, I can rest my head down if you don't have a mic attached to you like I do. The hand in front of you can move a little bit closer, pushing in to the ground, twisting your hips back a bit too. And we're looking for not only a little bit of hip stretch, but mostly in the chest, in the pectoral region. So kind of right where the shoulders meet the chest. And of course, if you find this not a lot, we can adjust by turning our arm into a goalpost shape. So if you're like, no, this is good, stay where you are. If you're like, I want to make it a little bit more intense, I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to bend my arm I'm going to show you here, into a goalpost shape, okay? Elbow in line with shoulder, arm above it, so 90 degrees, and I roll back over. Now this is going to be more intense. So we're just going to hold for another slow 5, breathing deeply. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on out of it. To unravel yourself, we will switch sides. I'm going to scooch a little bit over so you can see my other arm. If you did decide to switch to goalpost, stick with goalpost on this other side. If not, keep the straight arm. Yeah? Okay. So it's your arm position that is going to be changing the intensity. Other arm, in this case my left, underneath my armpit. Fix my hair, lower my head down looking at that hand. Left knee bends, and I travel across my body. Okay? So I'm basically coming onto my side. My other hand is kind of pushing me, so I can keep going. Of course, the opposite arm is stopping how far I can go. And if it's in that goalpost shape, you're going to notice it is not as far as you can go if your arm is straight. So please be mindful of how your body is feeling. Good. We're going to do a slow 6 because, I had to show the bent arm version last time. So let's start at 6. You can close your eyes if you feel safe to. You can breathe deeply here. Well, you should breathe deeply here. 5, 4, skip 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come out of it. And we're actually going to bring one arm overhead to roll on to our backs. All right. So just double checking the time. We are going to do at least this one stretch, which is so nice for the low back, a little bit of the glutes. It is a supine twist. Now, I will kind of explain how you can use a strap if you would like. Otherwise, we will not use any props for this. We are going to extend one leg straight out. Opposite knee comes in. All right, so if we were using a yoga strap, we would loop it around our shin or our thigh, holding on with the same hand as that leg. Or sorry, the opposite hand as that leg. Sorry about that, opposite hand. If you're not using a strap and you're just using your body, opposite hand grabs the outside of the knee. We're gonna very slowly pull the knee across the body. Your foot and knee may or may not touch the ground. You can adjust your hips if that feels good. Your other hand is going to extend out in line with your shoulder, and you're going to look towards it. So you're in this nice twisted position. Really think of your shoulders both trying to stay grounded, as one hip is definitely off the ground. And I want you to breathe deeply here. So we're just letting gravity do the work, and we're doing a little bit of our own work by pulling that knee down, finding that nice twist. I want you to very slowly roll back onto your back. You can bring that leg down. We're going to switch legs. So extending the other leg, other knee, and if you're using a strap, looping it around your shin or thigh, holding it with the opposite hand. Otherwise, grabbing the outside of the knee with your hand. Other arm extends out in line with the shoulder. Pull the knee across the body. You may notice one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. That is totally normal. Okay, as you can see, this is my tight side. So I'm keeping that arm extended. Don't be like me. You can look towards that hand or just look up to the ceiling if that feels better for you. Taking a nice deep breath, finding that stretch through the glutes, a little bit of the lower back, maybe even the hamstrings too. Think of every exhale going a little bit deeper. Slowly unravel yourself. Let both your feet be grounded, knees up to the sky. Let your knees fall to the left. Slowly pick them up, fall to the right. And we go back. Okay, just some nice little windshield wipers here. Making sure our hips are feeling good. Wonderful. And we can very slowly let our knees both fall to one side. Bring the other arm underneath us to sit on up. That does bring us to the end of our Flex and Feel Good class. If you enjoyed it, of course, drop a comment. Let me know what was your favorite stretch or maybe least favorite stretch. I will take it into consideration for our July Flex and Feel Good, which I will be announcing soon, and I will be announcing it on our Discord server, which of course is free to join. So make sure you do that if you're not a part of it, and we can share in the Flexi joys and also the pets and the memes together. And of course, if you like this video and you do want more, you can always join the Garden, my online membership where I have over 150 videos. We have monthly live classes, and of course, so much more. But that does bring us to the end of our June Flex and Feel Good class. So let me scooch on over. But as I always say, as I'm fixing my hair here, please drink some water, please get some rest, and I will see you on the mat soon again. Bye all.